Welcome to Horror Cinema Obsession. Here, we dive deep into the chilling depths of horror cinema, from the critically acclaimed scares to the laughably ludicrous, and even the delightfully obscure. Now, let's join our hosts, Richard and Angelus, as they share their love, laughs, and sometimes sheer disbelief at the world of horror movies.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Horror Cinema Obsession. I am your host tonight, Angelus, and with me is my very handsome co-host, Ricardo.
Hello.
How are you today, gorgeous?
I'm doing all right. Doing good. Things are great.
Things are great.
You know, I just show up while you lead this magnificent podcast and everything you do. I appreciate you.
Well, thank you for making time to hang out tonight.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, bro. How was your week? Anything interesting?
My week's been good. Thank God it's Friday. Recording night. TGIF, baby. It's been a kind of a long week. I can't wait. We're going to have a short week next week.
We do.
Yes, we're going on vacation. We're going out of town, so I'm excited. I start my PTO on Wednesday.
Biatch.
What?
Sorry, guys. No episode next week.
What?
I'm kidding. Everything's canceled.
No. Wow,
where are we going for vacation?
We're going to first stop Seattle.
What are we doing there?
We're going to go check out Metallica.
Ooh, what's your favorite song from Metallica?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Pick three. I'll let you pick three. But you got to do it in order, like favorite and then down the line.
I can't pick three. I love Metallica's like my favorite band of all time. And I love pretty much every album. I can pick out a song that I love. There's some whole albums I love. So
okay, pick three albums.
Huh?
Pick three albums.
Dude, Ride the Lightning.
Okay.
I absolutely love. Obviously, Master of Puppets and Justice for All.
Oh.
But honestly, a secret favorite of mine is Death Magnetic. That album fucks. I don't even care. I will go toe to toe with any mofo. I love that.
Is that number 4 then?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then the rest are all pretty solid.
Okay.
Anyways, my week's been solid. I like it. It's been kind of quiet. Works good. Works great. How about you? What's up with you?
What's up with me?
Yep.
Work's just work, man.
Dude, we celebrated your brother's birthday. So shout out, happy birthday.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, that was cool.
Made him fucking special requested cake.
What did you and Madison make? What was it called? It looked crazy and it tasted so effing good.
It was a cake flan.
Cake flan.
Cake flan, yeah. So we made a cake and we made
like
flan.
It was two things that should have went together because the cake actually held up. I'm like, no way, that flan's gonna just implode it and like make it all mushy. It did not. It was like perfect. I don't know how you guys pulled it off. And you guys are all like hard on the caramel. I love that caramel, by the way. It was so fucking good.
Well, yeah, we got the good shit, man. We got cajeta. Yeah, no, I've made it one other time before, but the last time that I made it, it was chocolate cakes. It was a choco flan. But this time he requested vanilla cake, so we made him vanilla cake with the flan mixed together.
What are you going to make me for my birthday? Remember, you can't forget.
Never fucking forget. I got it.
I want to be surprised, though.
Oh, you don't want to make our request?
But I want it something crazy.
I'm not making you the fucking towers, Richard.
you gotta top the cake you just made.
Are you fucking for reals right now?
Yep, it's got to be complicated.
It's got to be complicated?
But good. And it can't give me food poisoning.
Oh my gosh. I'll buy you something from the store.
Wow.
I'm kidding. I'll find something.
Guys, I also got a bone to pick with you on this.
Oh, shit. Do you
from
have
the store.
flavors?
You know what Angelus does, guys?
What do I do? Oh, fucking throw me out there. Everybody, you're welcome. These are like time-saving tips. I am not the only person that does
get this. I'm saying, like, if me being your like significant other, your partner, and you give me lotion that's under your bed that you've been storing for emergency birthday gifts, I am going to be fucking furious. And then if I get a birthday card that isn't personally made, I'm going to be pissed because I know it came out of your drawer, your dresser drawer.
Why are you spilling all my fucking secrets?
Hey, man, it's time. It needs to be said. Because this shit, I've watched you do it too many times. I know how it works.
People love it.
And nobody's safe, man. Nobody's safe. It could be anybody.
Do you think that my huge stack of lotions that people were like, oh my God, it's Angela's fucking half birthday. I'm going to go to the store and buy her this one lotion. It? No, I'm saying the people that have gifted me lotions we're all on the same track.
Fuck lotions. I'm going to be, that's a sign of disrespect now for me if I get lotion.
Bath and Body Works, you guys.
Hey,
Who else
I get my soap
goes
there.
when they have... See, you buy hand soap when they have sales.
But I'm not gifting it. Like, that's for, like, my whole year's supply of soap.
I'm sorry, I love everyone, but those lotions are like $14, $15. The candles are like almost $30. If they go on sale, I'm going to buy like a handful of them.
I know. But your gifting solution's fucking wild,
it's just
bro.
A little extra, like, there you go. You got your present and now you smell good. You're welcome.
Fascinating.
And the cards, they're funny. So I'm just like, I'm going to buy this one too. Maybe one day I'm going to be in a pickle and I can't go to the store and buy a birthday card.
Sure.
Here you go. I'll write. I write on all of them.
Uh-huh.
I write a special message.
You say happy birthday.
No, I don't.
Angeles Diaz Jimenez.
I'm like, oh my gosh, you're amazing, queen. Hashtag.
Go off, king.
Love you.
Oh.
So effing much.
Oh, fascinating. So yeah, how else is your week going? Like what else? What else is going?
What else is
Are
going?
you excited? It's Friday.
I am excited. It's Friday.
Mm-hmm.
This week has been effing way too long.
Yeah. How was your Thursday?
My Thursday was chaotic. I was like, oh, I'm gonna stay home and work from home, right?
Mm-hmm.
Little did I know that the kids were all coming over.
That's hilarious.
And I was like, oh, okay.
You picked the wrong day.
Yeah. My mom came out and she's like, did you not know that the kids were coming? I was like, no, I totally forgot. And they didn't show up till late. Lucas discovered that my tablet, the case of it, it has a T-Rex. His mind was blown. He kept coming over.
Oh, he was stoked.
And he's like, you got a T-Rex. You got a T-Rex? And I was like, yeah.
It blows my mind too.
I think he gave me a little bit of respect because he kept coming back and was like, oh, Tia's cool. She likes T-Rex too.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, but it was cool.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. Richard, what are we talking about today?
Oh man, we got a good one. I'm so excited. Again, we've been kind of teasing it the last couple episodes, but we were reached out to by Liam Ray.
The third.
Yeah, the third. I just like saying his full name. I love it. Liam, we love you. But anyways, he reached out nice enough. He just did a movie. They made it. We're going to discuss it, but the movie's called Here and Now. And it was really fun. Are you going to ask me initially what my thoughts were?
Oh, yes. That's part of it.
Go ahead. Continue.
Okay. Watching this movie for the first time, because I know it's your first time as well as mine. Mm-hmm. What are your thoughts? How do you feel?
Okay. I was entertained. So at first I'm like, I don't know what to expect. You know, we've covered a wide array and I'm a fan of horror genre. This movie, I'm not shitting you. I enjoyed it. It was enjoyable. It was funny. And I'm loving that the influences that we asked him on were awesome and spot on. I can see the influences directly in this movie.
In the movie.
Specifically, I'm just going to shout it out. Ernest, Scared Stupid. It's all over this. The thumbprints, fingerprints are all over this. I love it. And I love that movie growing up. And just, this is so great. But yeah, initially, yes, is this essentially a no budget movie? Yeah, but you know what? The story, it was told pretty thoroughly and it was good and it was entertaining. So I liked it. How'd you like it?
Would you say it was lazy writing?
Whoa. This one lazy writing?
No, because that's the first comparison you told me.
Oh, so no. I was kidding. But no, the writing is better than It Follows. I don't even care. I will shit on It Follows, guys. That movie, I'm sorry. That dude, nope.
Oh my gosh.
And I love all horror. For some reason, that movie just doesn't do it for me. And I just have a bone to pick. I don't know if the guy just like shit in my Cheerios, but it happened.
It happened.
But yeah, that movie does not hold the jockstrap of this movie.
Okay.
I'm just being real.
All right.
Yeah.
Respect, man.
Respect. What's up? But no, I'm being truthful. I enjoyed this movie.
I really love this little movie. First time watching it, I watched it 2.5 times.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I watched it roughly 2.5, 3 times.
Yeah. So it gave me very much like Halloween. Like I was feeling that it was fall. I was feeling the colors. I could smell it. I was like giving me nostalgia, like watching the characters walking through all of the leaves in the fall. I was like, "Ooh, yeah, I'm ready. Give me a freaking sweater."
Dude, being August, I'm like, yes, I was getting that comfy, cozy fall vibes. I wanted my pumpkin spice latte. I wanted to be that basic bitch, man. I was ready to go.
You're telling the world about your pumpkin spice
Hell
latte.
yeah, and I can't wait to get my Uggs on, dude.
Your Ugg booties.
I swear to God, I need to take a picture of that. So come fall, hold me to it. We'll take a picture of me and my Uggs. I'll replace my Crocs with Uggs.
Uggs, you're just gonna be living that comfy style.
What's up? Good enough for Tom Brady? Good enough for me, man.
The other thing that I got from here was Halloween Town. I know you said you haven't watched it.
That one I'm oblivious. So thinking on this, because you brought this up, Halloween Town, like I think I've heard that before, but I've never seen it.
Yeah, so I think I watched the first 2. And watching this, because it was another story where it takes place on Halloween, I was like, hell's yeah, this is giving me Halloween Town vibes.
It was giving you the vibes.
It was giving me a lot of vibes, left and right, up and down. But no, I really liked it. I like the comedy. I really, really liked it. I feel like it was a perfect touch.
Well,
sprinkled throughout.
Also the comedy, but I also like the fact that purposely they don't take themselves seriously.
Yeah.
I think in horror, it's a fine line. Like there are horror movies where they take themselves way too seriously and it takes me out of the movie. Mm-hmm. This was satire, and I love that they did this because it was on purpose. They had a meaning towards what they were doing. It was awesome. And you could tell the cast and crew just had a ton of fun doing this. And also, I want to mention the score of this movie is awesome. It didn't take me out of it whatsoever. It was good beat for beat. I loved it.
I like it too. It was
legitimately. Yeah.
So as we mentioned, so this came out in 2024. It's a small, almost no budget indie horror film. So, as we always do in this podcast, we look up the other horror movies that came out in 2024.
Ooh, what? Oh. You did what?
I did what?
You chose other horror movies that came out in 2024? Alien Romulus?
No, that didn't make the list, Richard.
Oh, shit.
We can't...
Hey, the horror community that we're a part of, for some reason, is shitting horribly on that movie, by the way.
On Alien? I
fucking really love that movie. It was a perfect installment. Like, it did everything for me. When I went, it was everything I expected and more, dude. Federico Alvarez. Yeah, that guy is the shit. His Evil Dead was the shit. This is the shit. I love that guy. And we need to, like, lay off because that, in my opinion, that movie was solid.
I liked it, too. What were you rating that
And you got to 4.5.
Oh, that new fucking creature.
And, dude. And you get to see Dora Explorer fucking die. That was tight.
You're so dumb. Do you like it today?
No, it tastes like cough syrup.
Oh, you just like drinking my cough syrup energy drink?
Yeah.
You're welcome.
At 8:34 at night. That's cool. Fucking wow, my guy. Anyway, sorry to sidetrack you. What movies are you saying sorry if you're repeating yourself here?
A little bit. It's okay.
I got attention deficit disorder, okay?
Sure. So, since this is an indie horror film, we're gonna discuss other indie horror films that came out.
Hey, nice.
So, when you go to Google, it's not as nice as pulling up just movies that came out in 2024. So I went down the rabbit hole. I searched Instagram. I searched Tubi.
The dark interweb.
The dark interwebs. I don't know how I got there, but I did. So I just pulled up a few movies that I saw that came out.
Black hat hacker named Hathaway.
2024 as well as 2023. just to kind of see what else is down there. What else is out there besides your main streaming horror movies.
Mm-hmm.
And listeners, go check them out. Some of these were pretty good.
Okay.
So something that's been talked about a lot that I keep seeing on social media was Frogman. It's another found footage movie set in 1999 about this character who runs into a mythical creature called the Frogman that no one believes he's real.
Oh, is this the one where all the TikTokers were talking about
gosh.
who I don't think actually watched the movie? I'm calling them out, dude, because I watched this movie and their like opinion on it was so far off. Like, I don't think we watched the same movie.
You didn't.
I enjoyed it, by the way.
So yeah, found footage movie that came out.
Yeah. This predate? No, it didn't. Blair Witch.
What? What are you talking about?
The Blair Witch Project.
This came out in 2024.
Oh, I thought. Oh, it takes place in 99.
Takes place in 92.
God, sorry, my mind was going somewhere else.
Are we good, Ricardo?
Yeah.
The next movie that we have, this one came out a couple years ago, but for some reason it was picked up in 2024. I keep seeing a lot of people talking about it. So La Casita del Comedor, or The Coffee Table.
Oh, this is another one.
So it's the story of Jesus and Maria, who are a couple going through a difficult time in their relationship. They're new parents, and they go down a crazy... I think it sounds... I haven't watched it. It sounds more psychological. There's some bananas that goes down with their baby.
Though. That's kind of your psychological stuff, so...
Yeah, and they decide to buy a new coffee table, and a lot of stuff happens around this coffee table.
Nice.
I don't want to go into too many details to not spoil the movie for everyone.
Dude, what about my personal favorite that I watched? Cannibal Mukbang.
You watched this?
Yep, I love it, dude.
Yeah.
So it's shy and looking for love. A man becomes smitten with an outgoing and mysterious woman who, much to his surprise, reciprocates the attraction. As his feeling for her intensifies, so does his unexpected submersion into the woman's biggest fixation, the wild world of mukbang, and with it, lots of bloodshed.
Have you seen those people?
What's up?
The people that do mukbang online?
I've never seen mukbang. I was just giving you shit. I stole that from your notes.
We've shown you a couple of videos.
Mukbang? Is that porn?
No.
What is it?
It's people that sit in front of a video and they record themselves eating a ton of food. And
I can get into that.
It's weird. Some people eat like weird stuff.
Dude, is it kind of like the noise too, where they make the eating sound?
Some of them they do ASMR, so you can hear them chewing and breaking, and
that'll get taken out. I won't do that.
That, and then some people just like grab extremely like super sized servings of food, and they eat, and I'm like, where is this fitting? Like, some of those people are really, really tiny.
Oh, shit.
But this one, it's a mukbang movie with cannibalism taking place.
I just love the name Mukbang.
Mukbang.
I'm going to have a shirt that says Mukbang.
The next movie that we have here is 8 Eyes. That one came out last year in 2023. Is that about a spider? No, it says that it's a story of a couple who go on a vacation, and there's a weird local who goes and starts messing with them, and there's like rituals and witchcraft and some other stuff.
Dude, you have another one, Couple in the Woods. Did we watch that on Peacock?
We did not. What's Couple in the Woods, Richard?
I don't know.
Couple in the Woods, it's another indie horror movie about a couple who goes searching for a page that was taken from a book, and they find themselves in this quest in the woods where they run into
mukbang,
a cultist, talking pumpkin, and evil spirits.
Sweet.
That one came out this year.
Sweet.
And then we have Cram that came out last year.
Okay.
This one looks like it's also, I don't know if it's just messy, another psychological thing.
Yeah, what else we got?
It's this guy who stays up all night studying for school, and he starts seeing things, but you can't really tell if he's actually seeing a ghost.
Yeah, he's sleep
or if
deprived.
it's in his head.
Yeah.
And then we have Season 666 that came out this year. This one sounds kind of interesting. So it's set in the world of social media and reality TV.
Okay.
And it's the 6th season. There's like this crazy serial killer. And people can pay and go on this show and see if they can take him on.
Dude, I want to do that. Imagine that in real life. I'd sign up for that.
This sounds terrible.
I'm like, come on, bro. You don't think I could win?
I think you could. I don't know. It's supposed to be
I have
like
a really thick head, so
it's supposed to be some unstoppable serial killer. So like they couldn't contain him, so they sold it to a private company, and now they do like Squid Games with them essentially.
Oh, and then he breaks out and then kills all the people working on the show.
Does he?
I don't know.
You don't know.
I can kind of see where that's going.
You're so dumb. And then we have Easter, Bloody Easter. That came out in 2024. It's about a housewife that battles a deadly jackalope during Easter, striving to save her husband, find out where the thing came from, and prevent her town's annihilation. The cover to it looked pretty scary and mild.
Yeah, but you're taking on a jackalope.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, hey, kudos to these movies. They're super creative, more than I can ever do.
This one I want to watch.
You're giving me a lot to think about. Like, these are some movies we got to cover, man.
This one I want to watch. Don't Look Away. That one came out in 2023. It says that it's a woman and her friends who are stalked by a sinister force or forced to keep their eyes fixed on a killer mannequin. If they look away, they risk becoming its next victim. Blood Gorge. This one came out in 2024. This one I actually did watch. It's 6 friends. They like go on like this cabin for Halloween, and then they end up being followed by some wild killer who's killing all of their friend group.
So that's kind of the movies that came out. 23 and 24?
Yes.
23 and 24. That's cool. Thanks for getting those. You really went into a rabbit hole on that one.
I did.
I like it. That's cool. That's cool. Do we want to transition to the movie budget?
Do it.
When I seen this, I couldn't believe how much they spent on this. Like, you would think it was bigger budget, is what I was thinking.
Yes.
Like, I was like, holy shit, they did all this on this budget. It's insane. Super creative.
It is. I don't know how they would have pulled it. I don't think I would have been able to pull it off.
Not me. I'd be hemorrhaging money.
I know.
Yeah. No. So their budget was $793.
That's wild.
That is wild, man. I couldn't. That's awesome. Just the ingenuity,
creativity, and everything that was pulled together for that amount of a budget.
Yeah, that's freaking sweet.
That's how much you spend on a concert sometimes.
I know. Fuck. Why do you gotta remind me?
We could have a movie. You could it could be a baby and be like, "Look, I made a movie."
Well, we're not that talented. We can't do it.
So the movie currently, it's unfortunately for you guys can't watch it yet.
I know, so bummed to hear that. But eventually, fingers crossed, they can get it out. This movie really does need to go out to the masses.
Yeah. Yes. So the movie's currently it's getting started and going out to be shown film festivals. And per our inquiry, it had been officially selected for 2. But as of this week, it looks like they're officially selected for 3 film festivals. One of them, the last one being Strange Days Horror Fest.
Mm-hmm.
It did have a screamery on May of this year. And so they debuted the film there. And then some other future planned festivals that they're working on getting the movie out there is Buried Alive Film Festival, Cedar Rapids Independent Film Festival, Strange Days Film Festival.
Yeah, so quite a bit of festivals, man. It's going to make a run, and I have no doubt this is going to make it into those circuits. It's going to be great.
Yeah, so, and then one thing that they mentioned is that they're hoping as more funds become available, they will keep submitting to more requests. So if any of you guys are in the area and are near film festivals, I wish we had that here in town.
I know.
To go check out.
Do we not have any?
I haven't seen any.
Dude, that is something we could get going.
Film festivals?
Yeah.
Do we have a lot of filmmakers in the area, though?
I think we have quite a few.
I've seen a handful of them around the area.
Yeah. That would be something I'd be interested in kind of looking into. That would be fun.
I wish we had that. We keep seeing.
I want to be in a movie, goddammit. I want to die.
Somebody make Richard's wish come
I could
true.
be a good murderer. Like I always growing up, I wanted to be in, I brought this up before, I wanted to be in an episode of CSI Miami. I would take Las Vegas too, but Miami was the one.
Miami.
Yeah, I could just lay there tanned.
Can Dexter kill you?
I'll do Dexter too. I'll do any. Law and Order, like it's not as gruesome, but I'll take Law and Order too. Like I can play the dead body just laying there.
Yeah.
See,
you gotta close your eyes.
No, when you're dead, sometimes
your
it's open.
eyes are open, and then they get cloudy and dry as hell.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I could do it.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Got it. We'll get you special eye drops.
I know, dude. What?
So they look dry.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah.
No.
Anyways,
Special
I'll leave that to
effects.
the effects artist, but I definitely want to die in a movie. I want to do it. It'll be awesome.
It'll be awesome.
Yeah.
I think it would be cool. I want mine to be dramatic though, like a werewolf or like some mythical
Being torn apart.
creature.
I don't care how. Well, as long as I'm not being pegged. Like, that's the only
Fuck outta
thing.
here. Why is that the first thing that comes to mind?
Because that just sounds
Jesus.
terrible. That sounds awful. But
oh my god,
anything else?
your mind sometimes just like
Well, sorry, we're in outer space today, babe. Like, I'm a space cakes.
See, this is what I meant when I was like, yeah, Richard marches to his
Oh my
own tune.
god, dude! When you tell me that, I just like it makes me feel like I got a disability.
You're so stupid. Oh, I just don't want to get pegged. That's your fucking request.
I know. I march.
It's
to
gonna
my
be
own
an
beat.
agreement of you signing up to be in a movie, and it's gonna be like
No pegging.
no pegging. Anyways, the movie is not streaming anywhere yet. So something that we got from the director was depending on how the movie does at film festivals. And for now, it has to be kept private. But depending on how it goes and distribution options and all the works that need to be worked out, they're hoping to be able to release it to stream and or physical media as well. They're hoping Halloween 2025, so next year, hopefully sooner, they mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
In the meantime, if anyone has questions or wants to know more about the film, you can definitely reach out to Liam, his Instagram page. You can find him at Gory Rory the Third, or you can reach out the movie's Instagram page as well, Here&Now Movie 2024.
At Here&Now Movie 2024, or the email goryrorytheaterofterror@gmail.com.
Yeah, send him questions. Tell him we're ready for this movie to go out.
Mm-hmm. Where was this film primarily filmed at?
It was filmed primarily around Iowa, Ames,
Iowa.
and then there was some other filming that took place around Des Moines and Omaha, Nebraska. And then there were some cameos that took place from other horror film creators. This one I was surprised. Some of them was recorded in Florida,
dude, all over the place.
New York, Nebraska, and Utah. And I was like, hold on. This all didn't happen at the same town?
Dude, that is insane to me. That's awesome.
I have family in Des Moines. Hi,
You do?
everyone. I do.
Nice. Are we going to go visit one of these days?
Sure. We'll go tomorrow.
Dude, that'd be fun. We're going to Seattle. We can't afford that shit. We're going to Greyhound
Why
it
not?
down
You're
there.
going to make so much money dying in a movie.
I know. You've never been on a plane. We should fly to Des Moines, Iowa.
Let's fly.
Let's do it.
I'm down.
No, but that being said, the locations look beautiful.
They did.
So that's cool.
That's cool. I like them.
Yeah. Yeah.
So some information like we talked about, we have for our writer, director, editor, composer, producer, the everything, Liam Ray the Third.
Mm-hmm. dude, this guy's badass.
When I was reading all of his credits, I was like, holy macaroni.
He's a busy dude.
He is busy. There's so much stuff going on.
The creativity, man.
Trying to keep one job going.
It's insane.
The podcast, and I'm like, ah.
I know, right? Some days it's like, how are we doing this?
Yes, I have no time. And he has all this stuff going. So Liam has worked on and off in theater. He has participated and he has written and directed several short films throughout the years. But primarily he works as a composer for short films, feature films, podcasts, and theatrical productions. And Here&Now is his first feature-length directorial debut.
Which is surprising.
And he did the score for this movie as well.
I know. It's awesome.
Everywhere.
I know.
So some of his background information regarding, the horror genre.
Mm-hmm. So what I like about this reading this is his background is so similar to mine. I fucking love it, dude. There's just something about it. There's something about that era. It just spoke to people, I feel like. And we're just kind of, man, we're kindred spirits, bro.
Kindred spirits.
But fascinating how the route he took and the route I took, different. But yeah, it's amazing.
Here you are, sharing the same love of horror and films.
Anyways, continue.
So Liam got a lot of the inspiration from his dad. So his dad introduced him to a lot of movies and music when he was younger. And
see, that was my mom for me.
And he also, helped him explain the movies, again, the music, how they worked, just little bits of information and nuggets that you and I both like about movies. Mm-hmm. So he said he already had the fascination for media in general. And so with that, he said that his dad introduced him to some films like Halloween, Jaws at a pretty young age, and he loved them. He says that he fell with everything horror, and he's been studying it ever since. As far as the film industry itself,
he's mainly been a composer, it looks like, for his career, right?
He's done a lot of composing for, like I mentioned, for a lot of short films, podcasts, and a lot of other works.
Yeah, that's the majority of the work, right?
Yes. So I lost my train of thought where I was.
Oh, sorry, cut you off.
I know. You're just distracting me.
What
the H? Yeah, so like you mentioned, he's been able to get his foot in the door as a composer for a lot of film.
Well, that's something to think about too, though. Like what he was saying was, it's hard because he's in the Midwest, where it's not necessarily where, for acting or entertainment. Yeah, it's not the Mecca. So being able to get your foot in the door with composing music is pretty awesome. That's a cool way to do that. And the day and age we're in now, you're able to do that is freaking awesome. So that's cool.
Yeah, just the ease of, being able to make connections with people
easier,
all over the world without living in the same city. They have people send, film in freaking New York and all over the place.
Yeah, exactly.
For this movie.
Exactly.
So that's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Other film credits that the Liam has are The Demon of Sterling. That one came out, it was in 2023, which is another horror comedy from Archico Productions. Again, he was a composer for this. And then he was also a part of A Night at Lincoln, The Sawyer Massacre, Halloween 63.
That was another short film.
And then Waltz, which is an upcoming film that's coming out in 2024. Yeah. And yeah, he was a composer in all of these films.
Yeah.
And he was
I kind of want to see if I can see the Halloween 63, the short film. I think I can mess with that.
That caught your eye? Uh-huh. Yeah, and he had a lot of collaborations on all of his films, with other people that he has worked in other several projects as well.
Yeah.
Some works in progress that have not come out yet. Anthology films. There's 999. And he said that a lot of the people that were in Here&Now are going to be in this horror film as well.
Sweet.
The Driver's Side, short horror film by Molly Oblivion. And again, he's a composer in this film, Dead Friends Forever. He's also a composer.
Dude, I'm excited for Dead Friends Forever. That's going to be awesome.
Dead Friends Forever.
Yeah.
I like zombie movies.
Oh, yeah. And, dude, like, it's going to be taking place in Pennsylvania. That's where all that started. That's where it originated by George Romero. That's awesome.
Yeah. The cool thing about it.
And to have actors, is that what you're going to say?
Yes.
A couple of actors in that? Dude, I would cream my pants. I'm like, oh, my God.
We'll make a trip down there, Richard.
I know. I need to. I would nerd out hard, though.
I know.
I'm like, oh.
Just fucking free.
Yeah. They're like, is this dude okay? Did he have a stroke? Do you smell burnt toast?
Burnt toast?
That's a sign of a stroke.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
I feel like we had this conversation before.
I know.
Was it you?
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks for that information.
Yeah, burnt toast. What's up?
Burnt toast. Becoming of age. Another
Viana was burning something the
short.
other night, and I thought I was having a stroke. I woke up. I was like, oh, God. I checked my heart, my pulse. Nah, she was burning something.
She was cooking late.
I know. It was insane.
And
anyways, continue.
Can I go? This one I want to watch. Misfits, coming out next year. It's a punk fuel Christmas film.
That sounds more like Viana's.
With wrestling.
Oh, hell yeah.
Sounds like a good time.
Dude, I love a good Christmas film.
Is that
Like
your,
this.
like, secret, like, guilty pleasure?
Yeah, but it can't be the traditional, like, Christmas. It's got to be some sort of, like taint to it. You know what I mean?
Taint to it?
Yeah, it's got to, like, horror-related or, like, this one's, like, punk-fueled. That's got me kind of peaked. You know what I mean? It's got to have some sort of thing where it's kind of offset the Christmas vibe.
Okay.
It can't be full-on Elf.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
What's wrong with Elf?
I like Elf. There's nothing wrong with it, but full-on Christmas movies are crazy. Speaking of Ernest Scared Stupid, Ernest Saves Christmas is the fucking shit. Have you seen any of the Ernest movies?
Sure.
We might. You haven't. I think I've asked you this before. I think we need to cover Ernest Scared Stupid. Ernest P. Worrell.
Ernest P. Worrell?
Yeah, he's fucking awesome.
Let me look it up really quick. Ernest Scared
Stupid.
Oh, this movie. Have I watched this movie? I think I've seen bits and pieces.
Dude, you know Ernest? He started out in commercials. Yeah, in regional commercials, and then he blew up nationwide with his movies.
That's cool.
Fucking awesome.
There you go.
Vern Troyer. Or not Vern Troyer. That's me.
What did you call him?
What's his real name?
Jim Varney?
Yeah, Jim Varney. He's in Toy Story. Slinky.
He's Slinky?
Yeah, dude. So.
Cute. Adorable. Eartha Kitt is in this movie too?
Yeah. Classic.
Nice.
Anyways, let's close that tab.
The tab of Ernest.
I know. I fucking love Ernest. We might have to like take Eraserhead out and put Ernest Scared Stupid.
Oh my gosh.
In the slot.
That could be fun.
We won't tell Viana. It will be fun.
You're just gonna lie to her?
Yeah. She won't remember. It's cool.
You know how much time I spent making my little fucking canvas and putting dates?
I know.
A long time. You're just gonna ruin that for me?
No. But I really like Ernest Scared Stupid.
You should have brought it up.
And burn one of my selections? Screw that.
Yeah?
All right, let's get back to it. You're like being really distracting right now.
Oh, I am being distracting.
No.
How dare you?
Yeah,
Put that on you.
Oh. Okay.
All right.
The co-executive producer is his best friend, William Hogland.
Yes, it is.
Oh, hell yeah. And then they've worked on several short films together and different projects from 2009 to 2018 and continue to collaborate when possible. They are the absolute best friends.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Other producers involved in the movie, Stella Webster and Valentine Chenes.
We are sorry if we butcher that last
sorry.
name.
Richard can't figure it out, and English is his first language, so
Oh
you
my
can't.
God. Ay, cabrón. Put me on blast. Goddamn.
Yeah, I have an excuse. I can mispronounce things.
You get so upset when I say that, oh, it's not her first language, but now you use it? Screw you.
It's when it's beneficial for me.
Fucking stupid. Oh,
I'm
fuck.
just a little immigrant girl. You can't yell at me, Richard. Why are you glaring?
Continue.
Oh my gosh.
I'm learning new things about you every day.
You're welcome. Stella, yeah, no, and both of them are involved in this movie. Lily Arney and Jacob Thrapp also. I mean, Stella Webster plays Hattie, and Valentine plays Savvy. I love that name, Valentine.
Yeah.
Lily Arney and Jacob Thrapp. He said everyone was very helpful in every sort of way, but these four people here were
the core.
Special, yeah. They put a
They
lot
were
into
the
this
glue
movie.
that kept this together.
Mm-hmm. Do you want to talk about the inspiration for the movie?
Me?
You.
The inspiration?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can do that. Some of the inspirations for this were Now and Then, 1995, Something Wicked, This Way Comes, 1983, Phantasm, huge. I can see a lot of Phantasm influence. Kenny and Company, 1976. But a lot of it too, there's a lot of influences that kind of came to mind. Like the director had noted he's been heavily inspired by just the fun and kind-hearted nature and camaraderie of like the Bill and Ted movies, and the dynamic between Hattie and Savvy's relationship too. And you can really see that. I didn't know that until I read through these notes or the questions we asked.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, oh, and now that's all I see.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I can see the influence there, which was really fun. I was having fun with them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I could definitely see that influence in there. And then he also had like offbeat humor from films like UHF, Gravy, Return of the Killer Tomatoes. Have you ever seen that? We gotta fucking watch that
I
one.
have.
I love that. I love the cartoon, by the way. That was
There's
like
a cartoon.
Yes. I love the theme song. It's amazing.
We watched it not knowing what we were going into, and we were fucking thoroughly like just entertained by this movie.
Fucking amazing. I love that. But yeah, some other ones, Bringing Up Baby, Ed Wood, Tank Girl, and Galaxy Quest. Your boy Sam Rockwell. Galaxy Quest.
Yeah. Whoop whoop.
What? And then final influences include family-friendly Halloween Town, like you were mentioning, Ernest Scare Stupid, that I just keep fanning out on, and R.L. Stein's Haunted Hour.
I could see R.L. Stein goosebumps in this movie too.
Oh, for sure. And Hocus Pocus. And top that with like they said, top that with a metric fuck ton of Scooby-Doo. And you've got Here and Now, which I see a lot of Scooby-Doo influence too. It's hilarious, especially with the freak in the sheet.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking hilarious, man.
The movements.
Oh, yeah, everything. And when they pan to them, when they look, it's just hilarious.
I like it.
I like it too. I like it a lot.
You like it a lot.
How do you feel about this cast?
I like the cast. They were fun. They looked like they had a really good time in this movie.
So I've got one that was blaring to me. I kept thinking about this. The Transient.
Oh, I knew you were going to like the Transient.
Dude, the Transient. So I like him. I like the actor. But you know what? If they were to like up the budget and they didn't keep the cast, you know who they'd cast in that?
Oh.
Steve Buscemi.
Oh, I know you.
Fucking see that all the way,
And
dude.
this character.
Yes. I'm like, that's Steve Buscemi. No?
I like it. Yes.
No.
Yeah.
So credit to that guy. He like, I don't know. His mannerisms, I'm like, dude, I can see that.
You're Steve Buscemi.
Yeah. Granted, you're more handsome
Yes.
than Steve, but hey, your acting abilities are on par.
Well, funny you say that. So the cast, and none of the cast really has a ton of like film credits to their names. So for a lot of them, this was
Sure.
their first time doing like a full debut film.
Yeah.
Which I was surprised when I learned that after watching the movie. For the cast, we have, like I said, a Valentine who plays Savvy Duca. And one fun thing about the character names, all of the names, or a lot of the names, they were inspired by real life composers.
Oh, really?
So you can see some more of Liam's background in here, too.
Oh, hell yeah.
I was like, that's cool. Yeah, most of the characters are named after film composers. And we can talk about him here later. But
so Stella Webster, I went back this week and went to the Crazies because they said she might have been an extra, but it's not verified. I was looking hard. She would have been young, but I was like, dang it! I was trying to look because I love the Crazies, the remake.
Yeah.
So, but I couldn't see her. Timothy Oliphant's big ass head was always in the way.
And then we have Monica Toro Lebron as John C. Gonzalez, Dane Singer, who plays the transient Bear Hogland, which is also the last name is
Hogland, yeah.
The co-producer, yeah.
Yeah.
Tiffany Johnson, who plays Reese Rebel, who was the director of The Evil Mailbox.
Oh, yeah.
Fiona Addy, who plays two characters, Shirley Clouser and Julian. And we have Aaron Mueller as Jack Jones and also Stefan. And then we have Stephen Jeffries, who plays Alistair McCreary, and then Derek the Mailman. We have Zane McShushy. Is that how you pronounce his last name? As Andrea Sasa. Cameron Thrapp as the Freak in the Sheets. Also, CJ Salvaggio was in that role at time, also playing CJ Salvaggio. And then Jean Clark as Mrs. Shirley Morningside.
Sweetest lady, by the way.
Kristen Holmes.
Everybody's America's grandma.
Who played Steph. And then we have Dominic Arvelli, who plays the candy corn demon. And then we have Teddy White, who plays one of the... So they were in charge of costume and puppeteer designer for the movie. And they also were one of the neighbors dressed up in like the devil.
Yeah.
Horn
so
costume.
They were a scene stealer. They cracked me up.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
Really good costume. And
yeah, we'll get into it, but the scene, and we'll talk about it again, but spoiler, like my favorite part too is at the end. I don't know why it got me, but like I was cracking up just one sliding back slowly. Yeah. I was like, it was fucking hilarious.
One thing to note about the cast, almost simultaneously, everyone who was involved with Here&Now were also involved with a theatrical production called The Crucible. So sometimes they had to kind of work around with scheduling, but they made it work in the end.
Wow, what a difference between two projects.
Right? And then there were some cameos in the movie as well. We have Dylan Nix, who's the owner of Archico Productions and writer-director of The Demon of Sterling, Things We Bloom, and Fun-Sized Pieces of Sharp Candy, the movie that's upcoming. And then he plays one of the neighbors that has like that white ghost mask. I can't remember what it was. He is the one that filmed from Florida.
That's cool.
We have Fever Dreamland Theater the owner of the Fever Dreamland Theater. And then they did the voice for David the Frog. And then we have Molly Oblivion, who's a podcaster and owner of Final Girl Friday.
Yeah, you like that podcast, don't you?
Yeah, I've listened to a few of her episodes. So one of the scenes, there's like an old radio playing, and it's the intro to her podcast.
Yeah, you got all like
I was
geeked
like,
out.
I recognize that voice.
Yeah, that was awesome.
She recorded her voice from Nebraska for the movie. And then we have Michael Bailiff, who's the co-owner of Witch and Season Films and co-writer, cinematographer of He Never Left, The Witch and Season. And they lived inside us. And so he filmed from his cameo from Utah. And he played the neighbor that had like a hat and that like long mustache. I can't remember. Yeah, these were some special appearances made in the movie.
Cool.
Cool.
And that rounded out the cast?
That rounded out the cast for the most part.
Sweet. Yeah. Again, great cast. Definitely, you can tell they had fun. Bloopers, by the way, we watched it. Those were fun too. Do you have anything more you want to cover?
No, last thing we have is the plot.
Okay.
The battle of the plot.
Okay. So you're assuming the role of Richard. What do we do next?
Richard, do you want to take a break?
No, I do.
I fucking don't say it. You touch your belly. Num, 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 num. Do you have snacks?
No.
Damn you.
I know.
Okay, we'll be right back.
Need something to scream? We're basically conjoined twins. We've got a product for you. You can customize your own Hic Nunc friendship bracelet and subtly exclude the rest of your squad with something as personal as your weirdest inside joke.
Here at Hic Nunc, our friendship bracelets are tough enough to survive the messiest breakups or your Netflix marathons. And if your friendship or the bracelet crashes and burns, we got your back with a full refund.
Just hit up our website or download the app. You can personalize your bracelet or pick from our pre-customized ones that are so good, even frenemies will be jealous.
Hic Nunc, because we're committed to your friendship, at least until someone ghosts.
I bought a Hic Nunc bracelet. It was the best until my friend kicked the bucket, and looking at it brought me endless sorrow. But hey, I found a new BFF and sent it back. Hic Nunc gave me a full refund, no questions asked. Thanks, Hic Nunc. You really know how to keep my friend circle fresh.
I'm just saying, any person that says scissors, paper, rock is fucking psychopath, okay?
Instead of paper, rock, scissors.
So Daisy, I'm with you. Rock, paper, scissors all the way. Oh, I don't know where these knuckleheads picked up.
I said paper. Paper, rock, scissors.
That sounds
Not scissors, rock, paper. Go back and listen.
Regardless, that is awful.
Tomatoes, tomatoes, potatoes,
Rock, paper, scissors,
potatoes.
man.
You end up in the same place.
Me and Viana are just looking at her disgusted, guys.
It's fine. It's like cream cheese and queso crema.
Huh? What? That just sounds unappealing.
In English, it's cream cheese, right?
Uh-huh.
But in Spanish, you say queso crema. Cheese cream.
Cheese cream.
Yeah, it's backwards.
Hey, pass me some of that cheese cream. I
Ow,
gotta put it under my
fucking give me some
armpits.
Cheese cream.
Ew, your
Why
cheese
in your
cream smells
armpits?
stinky.
What? How did we go from cream cheese to deodorant?
You got a lot of cheese cream going on.
Mm-hmm. Cheesy, creamy, gooey goodness.
Yep.
Mm-mm.
Ooh-wee. So, we're back, folks. Angelus is supposed to be driving this vehicle, but I had to take it upon myself to
Get the hell out of here,
take the
man.
reins on the plot section. We know
section.
I own this arena. This is my proverbial dojo.
Your JoJo?
Anyways, do you got your plot ready?
No.
I seen your little fingers tapping away there.
Tapping away.
Tap, 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 tap. Da, 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 da. Do you have it?
Yeah, I have it, man.
All right, go first.
You go first. You're on the driver's seat again.
Oh, fine, I'll go first. No shame in this game. All right, here he goes. Here and Now is a wild ride about a girl named Savvy, whose best friend Hattie is, well, slightly dead. The two were horror movie junkies, especially for the cult classic 1959 Evil Mailbox. Every Halloween, Hattie gets a hall pass from the afterlife to hang out. And this time, they're on a mission to find where the shooting star from the Evil Mailbox crashed. Things get weird when they stumble upon a sketchy wishing well, and Savvy, in a burst of genius, wishes Hattie was alive again. Spoiler, Halloween just got a whole lot weirder when they meet a transient, who decides to dress up as a mailbox for Halloween. Also a candy corn demon and an existential crisis of bringing your bestie back from the dead, because nothing says friendship like a resurrection gone wrong.
Oh, my Lord.
Yeah, how was it?
Here, snap claps. Snap claps. Sachet, sachet.
Sachet jante, baby.
Stupid.
Oh, fuck. Dude, we got to finish that episode, by the way.
I know. We were on the climax of it. We had to take a break.
I know, but okay, so you liked my plot?
Yeah, it was delicious.
It was decadent.
It was demure. Is that what they're
Guys,
saying?
if
right
you're
now?
listening to this, please let us know. It's not a competition, but secretly it is.
Because Richard is the.
Let us know what you think. Anyways, Angelus,
You
go
always
ahead.
say that. Oh, go ahead.
It's
I
your
don't
turn.
want to go now.
Why?
You
You're
crushed my
feeling-
plot.
Feeling self-conscious?
Yes.
Want me to read mine again?
No, get the fuck out of here. I'm gonna rip your plot. Ice, ice, ice. Okay. Best friends on a quest to find a shooting star that crashed their favorite movie find themselves in a haunted adventure. What was supposed to be a fun Halloween tradition leads Savvy and Hattie down a maze of emotions in search for magical coins that were stolen by a polite transient, all for the sake of true friendship and the love of horror films.
Nice. Now say it in Spanish.
Why?
I'm curious to hear it.
Why?
That's an
You give
untapped
a lot of-
market.
You give a lot of spoilers in your plot.
I know, but I liked it. I was having fun.
Mejores amigas van en una aventura a encontrar un cometa. I'm making shit up as I'm going. It's like you don't know the accurate words right now. Que se cayó mientras que estaban mirando su película favorita. Acaban en una aventura espantosa. Lo que según tenía que ser una tradición divertida de Halloween lleva a Savvy y Hattie en un, I don't know the word for maze right now. It escaped me. Down a maze de emociones en busca de unas monedas mágicas que se las robó un transiente con modales. How do you say polite? I don't
You're
know
asking
right now.
me?
Yes. Todo.
I wasn't born in there, like Mexico. I was born in America.
You can learn a different language born
I
in
know,
America.
but I don't know one language.
That's the most ignorant shit ever, Richard.
I only know one language.
Todo por...
I'm speaking my truth.
Todo por una amistad verdadera y el amor de películas de horror.
Cool.
That
my
was
plot still
terrible.
kicks ass.
That was terrible. I'm sorry if anyone speaks Spanish. I was like, oh, I don't know these words right now. They're not on top
I
of my
put
head.
you on the spot. You tried.
I
so
tried.
therefore, you get snap claps.
Snap claps for sure.
They're not coming through on the mic right now, but
Clap, clap, clap.
anyways, thanks for doing
Anyways,
that.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Do you want to go scene for scene? Should we start this? We're an hour deep.
Let's start it.
Let's do it.
Let's do.
All right, drive this vehicle, Angelus. Where does it start?
We start with my favorite fucking intro, Deadpan Pictures, the production company. And you see a little clay doll get swatted away.
That's William and William.
William and William Productions. William versus William. So we are outside this house.
It's black and white.
It's black and white. Picture this, you guys. Black and white, 1959. We have those magical skirts.
You got
the high ponytails.
You got a young James Dean.
Mm-hmm. And then here's this guy outside with a high school coat. What do you call those coats?
A Letterman jacket?
A Letterman jacket. It's cool as hell, kind of. And he's outside, and then this girl, I'm assuming the girl lives at this house. She comes in, she's like, "What's wrong?" And she's like, "You don't have to be shy." He wanted to ask her to study, but because he was nervous to ask her in person,
Hey, we got this
he put
fucking
a
Leave It to Beaver.
He put a letter in the mailbox,
Yeah.
and he's now scared to get it out of the mailbox because they ate his letter like a rabid dog.
Oh shit! Whoa! Easy on the. Easy
What?
on that. Analogies.
Analogies.
I'm kidding.
And then he makes a really funny pun that he plays the trumpet and he doesn't want the mailbox to eat his fingers because he doesn't want to be astrodexis. What do you call it when you lose fingers?
No, it doesn't want to have to be ambidextrous. Other hand, he doesn't want to.
And then we see the mailbox. The number is 669, but one of the sixes
Creeps down,
fall-
yeah.
Oh, yeah, and it turns into a 666.
The
Bomb, bomb,
devil.
bomb.
Yeah.
And then we're focusing on this mailbox.
Mhm.
The little door falls open.
So this scene, I'm gonna be honest. When I first saw it, I was like, "What the hell is this?" Like, I don't know. I'm not following. But it was. it makes sense when the movie continues, but at first, I'm not going to lie. I'm like,
what is this?
What am I getting into here?
Yeah, and so it opens, you see all this smoke, it's a haunted mailbox, and then Skull comes forward, and it opens its jaw and scares the two kids that are outside.
Mm-hmm.
And then, lo and behold, the hero comes in.
Dude, a true hero, by the way. In real life, shout out to the U.S. Postal Service and the mailman that served this country.
Yes, he comes in hot, freaking bat and a cross, ready to find this demon mailbox. And he's like, I'm here to deliver you from evil.
I love that, dude.
And then right at this moment, he's about to take on this mailbox, and then a shooting star flies by, and then everything just kind of disappears. The mailbox is no longer possessed.
Dude,
and they all,
a
happy.
funny line would have been, the power of Christ compels you to return back to sender.
Oh. Maybe for the second one.
No.
And then there's happy music, they hug, and then the scene turns to color. And then
there's a director sitting in the chair. This is like, and this is where it made sense. I'm like, okay, this is the movie. Okay.
Yeah, they're making a movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, and her assistant comes up and asks if she wants to reshoot the scene again. And she's like, not unless you get another shooting star. And he's like,
yeah, because that was in the background.
Yeah,
and that's going to play a big part of this.
Yeah, and it wasn't part of like, it wasn't like a planned thing. Like, it actually happened coincidentally while they were filming this movie. And so he's like, well, you better make a wish. And she says that she thinks it already came true. And that's all we see of this scene.
Yep. And then we cut to now Savvy, right?
Yes.
And she's in bed, waking up.
She gets a phone call and she answers, and it's Hattie, her friend. She's like, are you on your way? I'm at the Chevron Cemetery. And she can't pronounce it right. And then I like because it has like that goofy little humor. Like Savvy gets up of bed and she's like, I am. She said, I'm happy and what? And then she does this like little dance. She's like, you know, this isn't a video call, right? And she's like, oh, yeah. So she's going to put on pants and coffee because coffee is effing important.
Mm-hmm.
And she's going to head on over. And then she
Sinister Brew Coffee.
Sinister.
Wake up.
You know what I had this morning?
What?
As much as you shit on it, that apple cider pie coffee that I ordered from them.
Dude, okay, you're being way too extreme on this. I did not shit on it. I just am not going to drink it. Like, there's too much going on with that flavor.
Oh, it was perfect. Like, it was nice and crispy this morning. It wasn't crazy hot. Oh. And just a little bit of coffee creamer. It tasted like fall. It was good. It was really good.
I'm going to stick to my pumpkin spice.
Your pumpkin. I'll be drinking my apple flavor coffee. It was bomb.
No, I bet it was. I bet it smelled delicious.
Oh, it did. Maria had some. Orlando even had some when he dropped off the kids.
You motherfuckers.
I know. He was like, what?
Dude, you know what coffee is good, though, from them? The pistachio coffee.
Maria drank all of it.
I know. I had a cup of it, but it was amazing. So I'm glad she enjoyed it. It was good. For Christmas, I think I'm going to get her like a ton of pistachio coffee.
Yep. She'll freaking love that. So then Savvy puts on her like a friendships bracelet. And then she's on her way, and then we see the title of the movie, Here and Now. And the title gave me like the R.L. Stine, like the goosebumps. And the way that it's like glowing kind of.
Yeah.
I was like, all right.
I got that vibe. I could see it.
And then you get to look around her bedroom a little bit. She has like a poster from the from the mailbox from hell.
Mm-hmm.
And then
what I like too, like, have they started making the references yet? Like to other horror movies throughout this movie, it's sprinkled throughout, and it's awesome. Yeah. Just hitting all those horror movies. So if you're not paying attention, it'll go right over your head. Some of them did. And the third time I was even watching, I was still catching these nuggets.
New ones. Yeah.
I loved it. That was awesome.
It keeps you on your toes. Like, you're going to pay attention.
And they're clever. Like, I think it was the second time watching. I know there's one, maybe I'm wrong, but the transient gets hit with goo on his face. Oh. He's like, groovy. That's just Evil Dead, dude. Ash.
Ash, your boy.
That's an easy one, but I love it. I love that.
So yeah, so you can see around. She gets ready. She heads out to meet Hattie at the cemetery, and then she rides a skateboard. And this is where you can tell that it's fall. And then we find out that it's actually Halloween day. There's fall colors, like the nice crispy orange leaves. You see a lot of the credits of everyone who was part of the crew. Mm-hmm. There's like decorations on people's yards, Halloween decorations. And then she almost runs into, like, there's someone buried in the leaves. She kind of trips over this person and keeps going. And she finally arrives at a cemetery. And then this is where she meets her friend Hattie. And Hattie comes out. She's wearing a Halloween costume with a mask on and a sword. And she comes at her. And you can tell that they're friends and, like, the language that they use. She's like, I miss you, you unspookable bitch.
Yeah, because she tried scaring him.
She tried scaring her, but she doesn't. So Savvy watches. We get that Savvy watches way too many horror movies.
Desensitized like Viana.
Mm-hmm. So they're catching up. They haven't talked in a while? Question mark. And Savvy's going on. She's in school. She's in college. She has new classes. She has a new roommate. And then she makes a little quirky comment saying, roommates aren't terrible unless they're a remake of Child's Play. So she's saying that the original is better.
Well, and the remake just sucks. The 2019 remake. Terrible.
Yeah, terrible.
I haven't even seen that one, by the way, because I could just tell.
I haven't either. So, yeah, and she tells her that she has a new roommate. And this year she feels like Savvy wants to go trick-or-treating. And then her roommate is a major in biology, and she's has experience on soils, and she has a lot of scientific majors.
Yeah.
But she gave her a tool to use to grab soil samples so that she can find them, locate where this shooting star fell that they're looking for.
Now, what do they call the shooting star?
The Disco King?
Yeah.
Yeah. And Hattie said that she found, while she was walking around the cemetery waiting for Savvy, she found a sword. And she asked if she can have it. And she's like, no, maybe next year I'll find you one or something like that. And then prior year, Hattie had found a stake of some sort. And she also didn't want to share it. So she keeps finding cool shit she doesn't want to share with her friend.
It's hilarious.
And then they're looking. They think that they found maybe the location because they're using a map all this time as they're going through the cemetery.
X marks the spot, give or take a couple feet.
Yeah, and they arrive at this water well. And they approach it. And so there's already a bunch of coins in this well. So people are coming up to it and making wishes in it.
Yeah, and Savvy's like, dude, it's not that deep.
Yeah.
And what was the quote Hattie had?
She said it's like a horror film. Might not be very deep, but it's nice to look at.
I love that line, dude. That was awesome. That cracked me up so hard. Because we've had that conversation. You're like, oh my God, all the sex. It's just blah, blah, blah. Slashers are bad. I'm like, yeah, but they're pretty enjoyable. They are the ultimate junk food.
Huh.
Oh
my God. And then, Savvy just makes a comment that she wishes Hattie could stay around longer. And at this point, I'm like, oh, maybe they live far away from each other.
And then the wish, but then it jolts, right? Her body,
So not yet. So they have this, friendship bracelets.
Oh, yeah.
And they compare them. Yeah, so Hic and Nunc.
Yeah, so also, if you didn't listen to the commercial, we have a Hic and Nunc bracelets. It's stellar. I want to shout out before you get in anymore. Viana had written the outline to the script. I'm very proud of her. This is the first one. I did very little to it. I punched up very little, so it was awesome. Shout out and give Viana a lot of love for that one because she really took that one head on.
Yeah, our little review corner.
I
so
know,
proud
who
of
knew?
her. I know. Last night she was like, I'll take this one on. I got it.
Yeah, it was amazing.
She sat down and started writing it up. She's like, how about this, you guys? We're like, whoa, okay.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, so they have matching bracelets. They're going around. Hattie goes off and she gets soil samples so they can find out exactly where this Shooting star landed. And then meanwhile, Savvy goes over to the wishing well, or to the well, and she makes a wish, tosses a coin, and whispers something into it. And you can hear half of her wish saying, I wish Hattie, and then that's it. You don't know what else she says at this point. And then she says that she wishes that wishing wells could work. So Hattie, being the good friend that she is, she grabs a coin and she tosses it in, and she's like, oh, like, I wish that wishing wells were real. And that was it. So they start walking back.
But then it jolts her, like she, at this point, becomes real, doesn't she?
No. So it kind of works a little bit. So she's starting to feel something. Mm-hmm. But she doesn't know yet what it is because she didn't hear Savvy's wish.
I got a feeling tonight's gonna be a good night.
So they leave, and you just see there's someone else around in the area, and they walk out to the wishing well, and all you see is a metal pan.
Dude, it's like Spokane. Just hobos everywhere.
So it's not that bad.
No, he's actually a friendly transient. He's not like growling at me by my garage as he's slamming his dope.
Sometimes.
I swear to God. I live in the sketchiest parts of town.
This is a family-friendly podcast, Richard.
I know. And it's it shows me that transients can be nice. And not weird.
Be like, watch this movie. This is how you should. Let's be a little bit more cordial, you guys.
Oh, yeah. Like the other day, one of them growled at me and then tried biting my heel.
Didn't.
I swear to God.
They did not. You're stupid. You're having another nightmare.
I wish.
They go back to Savvy's house or dorm, I guess, if they're in college. And her roommate's there, and her roommate's wearing like a white lab coat, her glasses. She's supposed to be this very nerdy, scientific girl.
Yeah.
And Savvy's has a little notepad, and she's going through a list of questions.
She's like, I gotta check this out. I got some questions to ask you.
Yeah. And one of the things one of the questions on her list is, what's your drag name?
Yeah.
And
your fascination with Evil Mailbox. She's like, I watched it with a certain amount. I can't remember the number, but she's like, yeah, and a lot of it was because of Savvy, but
yeah.
And then she's like, okay, cool.
You're cool. Yeah, gives your approval.
And then what was her drag name? Do you remember?
Charlemagne Can.
Oh, Charlemagne Con.
Charlemagne?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Charlemagne.
Charlemagne Con.
There you go.
I can't say it. It's a tongue twister for me.
It's a tongue twister.
Up here in Washington, we got that hic.
So the roommate's name is Justy, and she starts going over. She evaluated the soil. She's going over what it means.
So this scene right here reminds me
of you and Viana.
Yes, when you're saying something that you think's important, and we're like, yes, mm-hmm.
And then you guys start dancing behind my back and just goofing off because it's boring.
Laughing, yeah, laughing at each other.
I've been in this situation before.
It's true though. It's funny.
It is.
Because that just recently happened, and I don't remember what. You told me you mapped out Saturday for us completely.
Twice.
And I had no idea, and I went rogue, and you got mad at me.
I didn't get mad. I was like, fine, Richard.
You texted me, you're like, I was mad at you.
No.
I was irritated.
I said, sorry, I was irritated.
I was like, oh, you're irritated?
You had no idea.
I didn't. I was like, bye. Have a wonderful time.
I didn't know when I dropped you off at your house. I was like, I want to go by myself and do stuff.
I know. I was like, okay, bye. Have a wonderful time.
You're just like, I had a great Saturday. I stayed home. I watched movies. What else did you do? How was your fucking Saturday?
It was fucking decent, dude. It's quiet.
Oh my God.
I watched Furiosa. That was good.
The new one?
Mm-hmm.
Without me?
It was pretty good.
Damn.
And then I watched Mad Max Sunday. That was cool too.
Nice.
Noise.
You're like, we never talked about this. I was like, yeah, we did. Dos.
What's up for debate?
So yeah, she goes over the results and what it means. She needs more samples. And then she has a Rubik's Cube on her desk.
Yeah.
With a sign that says, don't touch it.
Mm-hmm.
And Hattie doesn't care. She grabs it and she starts messing with it. Josie just gives her a look like, dude, really?
Yeah, what the fuck, man?
And so they're like, well, why don't you come with us? Like, you'll be better at figuring out exactly like what type of soil and what else to look for.
Mm-hmm.
So she goes with them, and they arrive at the cemetery, and they see someone at the cemetery going through the wishing well. And they're like, oh, there's company. So they go up to him, and this is where we meet Bear, also known as the hobo, also known as the transient.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, hey. And he asks, or Savvy asks him if he's stealing. And he's like, well, yes, but I need it. So it's kind of like a lesser evil.
Nobody's using it.
Yeah.
And they're like, you're stealing our wishes, man.
He's like, man, just let it go. It's fine. I'm just going to go about my business. You do yours. We'll be good. And Hattie, she's not letting shit go. So she pulls out her little pokey sword that she found.
Mm-hmm.
And
her little Zorro sword.
You know who else it reminded me of? I can't remember her name. Oh, from Game of Thrones. The little Arya.
Yeah, Arya.
When she had her pokey sword too. She's pointing it at him. And sadly, the only thing she has on her is her skateboard. So she lifts it up in a pencil, I think.
Hey, that's some ride or die shit right there. Like, she's like, I don't want to do this, but fuck it. We're doing it now.
And Josie, she pulled all she has on her are
gloves. She puts those fists up, man. She's going to throw some bows.
Yeah. And they're like, put down the coins. Otherwise, they're going to beat him up.
And he's like, you guys are fucking crazy.
Yeah, and he's clearly not scared. And he's like, yeah, you guys need to put that down. And he looks at Josie, and she's like, except for you, that's cute. Like, you're trying to fight him with her gloves.
Yeah. And she's like, screw this shit. I'm going home.
Yeah.
Fuck you guys. I'm going home.
And Savvy's like, how about we do this? Like, you leave the coins in the well, and I'll give you whatever I have in my pocket, man. And he's like, no, because these coins, like you said, nobody needs them. So why does it matter that he takes them, right? Have you ever taken coins from my well, from my fountain? Or
I'm a germaphobe. I am not reaching my hands in that shit.
For real, it's free money, bro.
Whoa,
I'm
you would
kidding.
do that?
No.
I've would.
Seen other people do it.
Because this is coming from a person that says paper, rock, scissors, man.
Why does that matter?
You're just a different type of breed.
Oh, wow.
And you say I march to my own beat. What about you, bro?
It's the same thing. There's scissors are involved, paper is involved, and a rock was involved.
It doesn't flow right. That sounds terrible.
Paper, rock, scissors, scissors, paper, rock.
It's rock, paper, scissors.
Rock, paper, scissors. Paper, rock, scissors. I feel like they're
flow.
Interchangeable.
It does not flow.
To Richard, it doesn't flow.
That is some fucking weird shit right there. That blows my mind.
All right. So Savvy and Hattie, they start
Hattie.
They start fighting this dude, and their roommates over there by the wishing well, and she makes a wish that she could be with her Rubik's Cube.
Mm.
And then in the fight, they're tossing and punching and going, and then Savvy gets knocked out.
Well, yeah, because she knocks that pan in the air. Hattie does with her sword. Flies in the air, hits Savvy in the head. And did we cover that her roommate, what's her roommate?
Yeah, she went over to the wishing well.
And wished she was with her Rubik's Cube.
And then she disappeared.
Yeah.
You see her poof into the air. Yeah, so, and then after Savvy gets knocked unconscious, the transient, he leaves. He's like, screw this. He takes off and he takes the coins with him.
Yeah.
And then...
Yeah, he dips out, dude. That's like a clear hit and run.
And then Hattie, she... in last minute, like, try to, do something. She goes over to the wishing well, finds another coin out of her pocket, and she wishes that all the coins that the hobo stole were back. But nothing happened. She's like, all right, well, I guess it didn't work. So she goes
and drags
to take Savvy home. She puts her on her skateboard and just pulls her by the legs, which, I mean, I guess it works.
Heck yeah.
And then back on the street, you see our friend Bear.
Yeah, and he's talking to what we don't know her name yet, but Mrs. Morningstar.
Well, first he's talking to a pumpkin, so I'm trying to figure out if he's like okay or if he's seeing things.
Yeah, he might be a little schizo.
And he's arguing with this pumpkin, like a pumpkin decoration that someone has. And yeah, he runs into Mrs. Morningside.
Dude, again, that's like, this guy really I wonder if he did a character study, because again, the homeless in Spokane, they talk to a lot of things too, like different objects. Like I have this fake owl, and there's this one guy who keeps talking to it over and over again.
Really?
Yeah, they're like best buds now.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, weird. So this dude's like, fucking, he gets into it. It's awesome.
So, yeah, and then Mrs. Morningside, she's like, are you okay? And he looks a little, like, frustrated, and she has a box full of stuff.
Yeah, he's like, hey, can I inquire? What are you doing with that box?
Yeah, and she's like, I just bought some stuff from my yard sale, and it's for
my
her
grandson.
For her grandson.
Sweetest older lady ever.
He's like,
America's grandma, seriously.
He's like, you have a tent in there? She's like, well, as a matter of fact, I do. And he's like, how about I give you this big ass bag of coins, wet coins, and give them to you for that tent? And she's like, well, sure.
Can always use spare change.
Yeah. So she takes his bag of coins and he takes the tent. And then at this time we go and Savvy's still knocked out and she's like in a dream nightmare state at this point.
Yeah.
And it turns and what's supposed to be a nightmare, but again, you get more of like that character desensitized. She doesn't scare easy. So all these things that keep happening in this nightmare, she's just laughing at them.
And I was reading the notes, so she starts speaking French.
Yes.
Which, very fluent. I was impressed. That was awesome. At first, I was like, what the heck? And then I read the notes. They did it because she could do it so well.
Yeah.
Added to the humor, though. They did it just to do it.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Yeah, she's like, in her dream state, though, she comes out of a box.
Mm-hmm.
And she's wearing like a party dress. And then there's an older radio on the table, and she turns it on, and as Brad was talking about the podcast, and it's like, Final Girl Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Starts doing an intro, and she's doing an episode on Mailbox from Hell. And then far away, you see this girl just comes out of nowhere. There's a lot of things that happen here that are just kind of very random.
Yeah.
And they're supposed to play into this, like, random-ass dream.
Right.
So she comes up to her and just grabs her and starts dancing with Savvy. And she stops and she's like, the coins have a lot of eyes on them. And then it's not safe here. And did she hand her a toy, or was that the flashlight at that point that she gives her?
That was a flashlight.
And then she steps away, and then she goes off to this, like, way far back. And she has this creepy, like, look on her face. She's just standing there, and she gets this big, eerie smile. And Savvy's not fazed by this at all. She just looks at her and she's like, all right, whatever. Turns to the other side, and then you see this long, like, glow in the dark, long fingers that come out from behind a curtain.
Yeah.
And it's this candy corn monster, which I thought was pretty funny. And I was like, dude, that's clever.
Yeah, it was hilarious.
Because he has, like, a headband with this ginormous, plushy, like, corn candy.
Yeah, the costume was pretty cool.
And he comes up to her again, trying to scare her, and she's not scared by this. And she just laughs.
Starts giggling. You know?
And he's confused. He's like, all right, like, you know, You're a monster, but you're not scared.
He's like Freddy Krueger.
Yeah, he has, like, at one point,
like, come on,
blood on his teeth.
Yeah.
And she's like, nice try. And then he comes close and shows her his, like, super long, like, weird fingers, and he has candy corn on the end.
Starts trying to bite it.
Yeah.
So I got a sweet tooth too. I had two. I'm like, damn, are you gonna keep those? Because I'm gonna eat them.
Yeah, and he gets mad and he leaves her. And he's like, he's like, I'm gonna be back. And then she hears a voice in the background, and she turns around, and it's a frog, David.
Yeah,
the puppet.
Hattie's frog, right?
Yeah, so it's Hattie's frog,
and they're like, long time no see. What's cracking, y'all?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they haven't talked since Hattie died, and this is where you find out that her friend is dead.
Yeah, it puts it all together. At first, I didn't catch it. I was like, huh? I'm still confused.
I thought they just lived in different towns or something, and that's why they were catching up.
Yeah, it took the second watch for me to understand. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, and so she's like, oh, everything's been okay. And she asks why he's there in her dream. And he says that he's there to remind her that she's stuck in a limbo of the here and the now. And then this fucking weird thing happens where the frog's head just falls off. And then now it's a bloody hand behind it. And that would have fucking weirded me out and freaked me out. And she's just still looking at it. And she's like, cool. Interesting. And then here comes the candy corn monster again. And he has one of those fucking pants, which I want to know where they got so many of these. They look exactly the same. They look a little bit beat up.
Yeah, there's 3 of them. And then she gets hit.
Yeah. She gets hit and then she passes out again.
And then this is where she's coming to, right?
Yeah. So, well, for a brief moment, they go back to 1959 again.
Oh, yeah.
And then here's the mailman telling...
Yeah, they're sitting down. It's the... Gosh, forgive me. I don't know her name.
I'll have to scroll up and see her name. But she's talking to the guy from the beginning about the mailbox and why it's evil. You know, initially it was a great invention. But sometimes they would leave letters in the wrong mailbox. And it led to the mailboxes being spooked and haunted. And so they evolved into coming up with exorcisms for the mailboxes. Because they were getting possessed. I mean, he's gonna teach him all the tricks on how to defeat the mailboxes. Yeah. I was like, all right, fucking evil mailboxes. So you get a little flashback again of that movie,
right?
And then so you come to Savvy's house again, and she's coming awake. Hattie has her laying like on her lap. And she's reading Phantasm book, which is some of the little bits and clips that were throughout and influences for the horror movie. Yeah. And then Hattie wants to talk to Savvy, and she's like, hey, I think the the wishes that they made actually work. And she tells her about how she's been having these weird chills. Yeah. And those, what were you calling them earlier?
What?
Hattie, when she was having, those chills from the wishing well that they wanted her to come back alive.
Oh, God, I can't remember.
You called it a word. Something.
I don't know.
You don't know? Tingles.
Yeah.
You have a look you're trying to remember.
I can't. But yeah, so she's alive. She's coming alive. Right?
Yeah, and she's like, did you wish for something? And this is where Savvy comes forward and she's like, yeah, I made a wish. And I wished that you were alive. She's like, essentially, she only gets to see her once a year on Halloween only. And she waits a whole year. And, she misses her the entire year. And then she's there on Halloween Day. And she says that all day she's just kind of in between happy that she's there, but also sad because she knows she's leaving at the end of the day.
Right.
And she's like, so I wish that you were alive. And Hattie's like, oh, well, that explains my hunger for brains.
Hunger for brains. Yeah, that was funny.
And so she's like, well, I tried wishing, for all the coins to come back into the well, but maybe we only each get one wish. So they're like, all right, well, I guess we need a brainstorm. And then you keep hearing this voice, and it's John C.
Yeah, in
and
the background.
She's like, are you guys almost done? They just kind of acknowledge her, but they don't really see where she is.
Right.
And so Hattie gets an idea, and she has with her the hobo's pan that he left at the cemetery. And so she says she's going to go and track him and get the coins from him. So that way, since they only each have one wish, she can return all the original coins back into the well and make their wishes come true. And so in the meantime, Johnson's going to catch up with, or Savvy's going to stay there and catch up with Johnsy.
Right.
And she starts looking for her, and you keep hearing Johnsy talking, and she goes over, and she's inside the Rubik's Cube.
Yeah, they're like, what the hell?
Yeah, and she's in shock. So her wish was to go and back and be with.
Yeah, she wasn't. Yeah, it took it literal.
Inside of it.
Yeah.
Which I like it because the rest of the movie, they play with this. They treat it like if she was actually inside of it. So Hattie goes out into the woods by the cemetery again to go and look up for the transient. But first we see Bear. He's setting up his tent. He's like super happy that he has a roof, I guess, essentially over his head.
Yeah.
He sets it up. He sits inside.
Yeah, he's like,
having like a
tonight's going to be
moment.
nice night.
Yeah, and then you start hearing noises outside the tent.
Yeah.
Just kind of all over. And you see like a hand. You can clearly see the outline of a hand that's running around the tent.
Right.
And he doesn't move. So he like goes out to peek outside and he doesn't see anyone there. He comes all the way out. And he finds his pan, which he lost previously. And he grabs it and picks it up to kind of defend himself.
Yeah, and he's kind of looking around.
And you start hearing some like chuckling. So there's someone around the area, clearly. And he walks around the tent, doesn't see anyone. And then you realize that there's...
inside the tent, right?
Yeah, the tent kind of slowly starts collapsing. And then all of a sudden it gets really, really tall. And he's like, what the hell? And there's someone inside of it, inside the tent. And he thinks that he's seeing things. Maybe it's a ghost.
And then it's Hattie.
And he gets
And she's got a painted face, right?
Yeah, and so she painted her face to scare him.
It looks like the 5th member of Kiss. I love it.
And so, yeah, she screams and she tries to get him. And she comes out following him and smacks him with a pan. And he falls down and she like hovers over and she's like, dude, like you gotta give us back our coins. And he's like, well, I don't have them.
And he's like, I bought this cool tent.
Yeah, all by myself.
What's up? What's up?
He's like, fucking leave me alone and tell your friend to leave me alone too. And she's like, what are you talking about? Like she left Savvy back at her house. And they look up.
And this is a Scooby-Doo moment.
And you see,
and
we meet the freak in the sheets.
And they're like, zoinks! No.
Yeah, you see this person. I love the way that it moved.
I know.
So he fucking charges at them. And Hattie's like, that's not my friend. And they take off running. Or no, he comes at them. And one of the little, like, funny, goofy moments, they, like, stand in the doorway, I guess, of the tent.
Yeah.
And as the ghost runs towards them, they move out of the way and they trap him inside the tent. And they zip him up and they leave. I mean, he's like, dude, he's like, Hattie starts running and tells the transient to follow her.
Yeah.
And he's like, what about my tent? And she's like, dude, forget about it.
Yeah, forget about it.
And then you see Savvy's trying to figure out how to get Johnsy out of the Rubik's cube. She has a candle set up. Yeah. And she starts twisting it, which kind of weirded me out a little bit.
And you hear the bones cracking.
Yeah, like... I was like, ugh, it hurts.
That was a little cringy.
Yeah. Yeah, they're both screaming at this point. And then you go back to the woods and both Bear and Hattie are running. And he's getting tired and he's like, dude, he's like, how come you're not winded? And she just kind of chuckles. She's like, oh, I'm dead. And he's like, and he like doesn't seem like super concerned over this
and
news.
She's like, you're not going to overreact?
Yeah. And he's like, I'm too tired and I just don't care. Yeah. And I was like, all right, right on, brother. And then she explains that every Halloween she comes back. And she's like, essentially, you know, there's nothing cool about me. And she essentially says that she's the most basic bitch ghost ever.
That's hilarious.
She's like, do you want to hear how I died? Like, not even like a cool story. And he's like, sure.
And she died at Starbucks?
Yeah, electrocuted by a coffee machine. And
he's like, you're a basic bitch.
Yeah, he fucking agrees. I was like, oh my gosh.
I love it. Oh.
And she's like, what about you? And she's like, how did you become a transient? And he gives her background story. He was in the police academy and he found that he was not able to shoot anybody. So he dropped out, had a lot of debt, and yeah. And he's like, oh, my story is more sad than yours. Yeah. Yeah, so, and then at this point, you see the freak in the sheets catch up to them. And then they start running and they make it to Sally's house.
Mm-hmm.
And they get to her house and she's like, oh, you brought company.
I keep thinking you're saying Stavy.
Savvy.
Do you know where that name comes?
Yes, from The Ringer. Stupid.
Stavy finger.
My stabby fingers.
Sorry, it just every time you say it, I'm like, oh, Stavy, it's so cute.
It's so cute.
My Stavy fingers. Go ahead.
He's trying to catch up in what happened, and at this point, we get another goofy moment, and John C. from inside the Rubik's Cube summarizes what's happened so far in the movie.
Yeah.
Hattie's dead. They need coins to get the wishes back. And then the camera zooms in on John C. on the cube, and Savvy has like a pumpkin carving knife taped to it. I was like, oh shit.
Hey, she's
John
like, I'm
has
gonna
a
cut a
John
bitch.
C. Yeah. And he's like, who's a fan of the mailbox? Because he sees the posters around the room.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, I love it. It's one of the first movies I ever watched.
And then they're like, hold up. And Hattie's like, I gotta ask you some questions.
Oh, yeah. And then, he says he likes kilograms from outer space. And the most important, what would it be his drag name? Do you remember it?
I can't.
Moscato Justice.
Oh my.
I love that everybody has a
Moscato
name.
Justice instantly.
I want a
Moscato
cool
Justice.
drag name.
What would it be?
I don't know what it would be. Do you have one?
Yeah, Lavender LaCroix.
Lavender LaCroix. Maybe I'll come up with the one by the end of the episode.
Oh.
And then Hattie's like, son of a bitch. He's cool. And he's like, are you guys asking for the shooting star from the movie? Like the mailbox movie? She's like, yeah, we've been looking for it for a long time. And he's like, well, coincidentally, while he was going through the well and getting all the coins out,
Yeah.
he found a sign that was dated 1959. And that was supposed to be where the mailbox movie was filmed.
Yeah.
And Hattie gets
But they didn't
super
they didn't quite piece it together at that point, right?
Not quite. And Hattie gets super excited and she's like, oh my God, we found a Disco King. And so John C. reminds him, she's like, boy, you guys got to ask if I get the coins back first. And he says that the coins are no longer there. He used them to purchase that tent that he was living in from a woman in town, and he doesn't know where she lives. So they're like, well, all right, then I guess we need to go and find this lady and try to get the coins back. And at the same time, maybe they can take Savvy trick-or-treating.
Yeah,
since
then
she wanted
that's
to
what
go.
Hattie said. She's like, you wanted to go trick-or-treating again.
Yeah. So they go on the street, and then we see your favorite costume in the movie.
Dude, for Halloween, we're doing this. I'm going to be a mailbox.
You're going to be a mailbox?
I
That was
fucking
pretty
love
clever.
it, dude. And, dude, it cracked me up the whole time because you would hear the wood clicking and clacking.
On his
That's fucking
pants.
hilarious. I was laughing every time. I'm like...
Yeah, so they take him. It was pretty smart, too, because they just kept shoving all the candy and everything in him.
Right.
They go trick-or-treating, and then he has beef with this, like, pumpkin decoration that they keep walking by.
Yeah. I'm telling you, bro, schizo.
He opens it, and there's, like, a bloody skull inside. And they start walking around the neighborhoods. They go to the first house. And here we see the first guy. He opens the door. He's like, you guys are too old. And the transient, he has the same, like, the way that he sets up the question every single time. He's like, have you seen an older lady, thick glasses, by yay high?
Yeah.
And the guy is like, why are you a cop? And he doesn't tell him yes or no. He just goes back inside.
Yeah.
And because he leaves, Hattie's a little rebel in this scenario. She grabs the whole bucket of candy that was
shoves
outside
it in the mailbox.
and dumps it inside. And they go to the second house, and he wants a trick. So Savvy looks at John C. and she's like, John C. And the Rubik's Cube goes, fuck you.
That's hilarious.
He's like, I like it. And so the transient, Bear asks about the old lady again, and he thinks that the second person thinks that she lives nearby, and then offers them a Twinkie Halloweener for the road.
Like, no thanks.
Yeah, that thing looks so gross.
I feel like I have a neighbor that's like that.
You think so?
Just oddball shit, yeah.
The third house, a little girl answers, and she can't go trick-or-treating. They don't even ask her about the old lady. But Savvy feels bad, and so she opens up the costume.
And gives her all the candy.
Yeah, gives her all the candy. And then my favorite part is they both, Hattie and Savvy, start walking away.
Savvy?
And the transient, he comes up to me, he's like, little girl. He's like, don't ever open door for strangers, especially those two. And he clings away. The fourth house is where you see the really cool like decorations. There's like pumpkins and like the face smoke, and it's the character that you were talking about.
Yeah, the scene stealer. Yeah. I love this.
So there's this person comes from behind them.
Yeah.
And they're dressed in a devil costume and actually spooks them, I guess, in real life.
Well, so the notes say that, and then so the third time I watched it, I'm like, oh, it is. It does catch them by surprise.
Yeah.
Made it even more enjoyable.
They do this little evil laugh and then gives the girl some candies. And then the transient asks about the older lady. And they don't know who she is, but maybe, the neighbor does. And they go back inside their house, and then
the way rolls back slowly.
Slowly.
That's funny.
It's pretty entertaining. And then we see the freak in the sheets is still following him around. He has a run-in with other two girls that are in also ghost sheets. Yeah. I guess this scene was improvised like last minute that they filmed it. And then they walk past this really, really big house. And it looks kind of spooky. And Hattie doesn't want to go ask because there's too many stairs.
Yeah, she's like, fuck that.
They go to the fifth house. And then there's another person that comes out. And he looks like he has kind of like a pirate costume going on. I don't know what else. He has like, it's glasses, but I think it's supposed to be an eye patch where one of them is off.
So that reminded me more like Mad Max.
Mad Max? Oh, okay.
Yeah, like post-apocalyptic wear. Just because the glasses, he had like a patch on. He had shoulder pads.
He also reminded me a little bit. I can't remember his name. The guy that plays Tobias.
Oh my god.
The beard.
Yeah. He just needed his jean shorts on. A buff Tobias.
Yeah. And he asks if they want candy, but they just want to know about the dude's lady.
Like, and so what's his name? Bear?
Yeah.
He's like, dude, this, and he explains the lady, and the guy's like, dude, are you their dad or something?
Yeah.
And he's like, no, but I need to fucking know this.
And he's getting irritated.
And the guy's like, oh,
stuck
shit.
with all the three
She's
girls.
down the road, but he's like, if you mess with her, I'm going to know it's you, and we're going to monster mash.
Yeah.
It was hilarious.
And then they make it to the sixth house, and it is Mrs. Morningside's house. And she comes out, sweet as ever, with her candy. And they're like, ma'am. She's like, don't call me ma'am.
Yeah.
And so they essentially say that they need the coins back. But it's too long and too crazy of a story to tell. And she's like, it's Halloween. I can dig it. So they tell her the whole story. And she processes it very well. And she asks Hattie what it's like, being dead. And she says essentially she doesn't remember. She's remembering the here and now. Like, she's here for Halloween and she has fun because she's visiting her friend.
Right.
So she agrees to give her their coins back.
She pulls out of the bucket
of candy. Yeah, she had the coins in there.
She's like, here they are. Bring.
And then Bear, so the girls start walking and Bear stays behind. And she gives him a coin and she says to keep the change. And so they go back to the wishing well to bring back the coins.
Yeah. And then the freak in the sheets is there.
Yeah, it's there watching them. And they tell, at this point, was it Bear who had the coins or was it Savvy?
Savvy. She runs to the well.
to throw them in there. Hattie pulls out her little pokey sword.
Yeah, and she keeps making laundry jokes.
Yeah.
Like, what are some of the quotes?
I can't remember. I didn't
You didn't write them down? No.
Did you write them down, Richard?
No.
No.
Like, be prepared to be soiled linens. I don't know. I can't remember.
The ghost is the freaking the sheets is rude to fight
You
him.
soiled your last pair of sheets.
Fucking pulls up apart the sheets. And Hattie, she's like, go make my bed.
Yeah. Oh my god.
So they get into this big fight. And then the ghost, everybody's pushing everyone. And then after Savvy put the coins back into the wall, John-C turns back into a human. And
not quite yet,
not
because
quite yet.
they're battling and like the freaking the sheets is just kicking their ass. And then finally there's a point where Hattie's on the ground, the transient's on the ground, and then the Rubik's Cube is like, hold on, I got your back.
Oh, yeah.
And then she then falls forward.
That's all she can do. She's like, I gave it all I could, you guys.
That was hilarious.
There's
That was
candy.
a scene stealer, man.
There was candy everywhere. I thought she really was gonna turn back to to human here.
Yeah.
And she does a little flip. There's candy everywhere from that was inside the costume.
Yeah.
And then so the transient's laying down, stuck in this costume. He looks up, and again, this fucking pumpkin just keeps terrorizing him.
Yeah. He's like, ah.
It keeps coming at him, like snapping his mouth open. And he's like, screw that. Turns the other way, and there's this like freaking pumpkin puppet looking thing coming for him
He's
too.
like, what the fuck?
He's like, really? Yeah. And okay, so this is the part. So Savvy's starting to put the coins in there, and John-C yells at her to get her coin out, so that way her wish will not come true about being in the Rubik's Cube. And so she does. She drops the coin, pulls out. Somehow she magically knew which one was John-C's, pulls it out of the bag, and drops all the other coins. And then the freaking the sheet starts walking towards Hattie and John-C, and then poof, John-C's back to being a human. And then the whole team is back. And then this is where Hattie pulls out, she has a spike that she had found the prior year. And she gives
the one she
to,
said she lost.
Yeah, she gives it to Savvy. And she's
Savvy.
like, give him hell. And she goes and stabs him.
Mm-hmm.
And so here, there's another flashback to 1959 in the mailbox movie. And here's the mailman. He's injured. And tells the girl to give the mailbox hell and gives her a bat.
And she beats the living shit out of that mailbox.
Yes. So...
And that's another fact. Did we already cover that? That mailbox is from Liam's childhood home, the director's childhood home.
Yeah, and so...
hilarious. Or kind of cool. I mean, I wish I could remember my childhood home mailbox. I'd keep that shit.
You would keep it?
Yeah.
That's pretty... Yeah, so where is it? Yeah, the mailbox he had from his childhood home, like you mentioned. And the actress who beat the bejesus out of it, she actually felt really bad in real life to have, beat it up. I lost my place again. So she smashes the mailbox. And again, it goes back from being in black and white to being the scene in color. And you see the director from the beginning. And then she's standing there in the scene with them in this mailbox movie. And then she kind of like disappears. And all of a sudden we see, the whole gang of kids with the director is there. And she's freaking confused. And she's like, what? Where the hell am I? And they're like, how about when are you? And they're trying to tell her that she's no longer in 1959. And they look at where the well was, and they realize...
they're in 1959.
Yeah, so they actually traveled back in time.
Yeah.
They're trying to tell the story of, like, what they're doing there. And then they realize that they never even asked the transient for his actual name. And that's where he's like, well, I'm Bear Hogan. And he tells them that he had found the plaque when he was going through the wishing well. Which means that that's where the Disco King landed, the shooting star. And she asked who the kids are, and they're like girl fanning, I guess is what you would call it, because they recognize her as being the
best
director.
movie, and she's like, dude, you like this piece of shit?
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, and they're going on and on about how in the future there's like so many movies.
And everything's crap, it's redone, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, but hers is a masterpiece.
Yeah, and then the director has the words of wisdom.
Mm-hmm. And she's like, you know what? Essentially, like,
there's room for everything, and it sounds like you live in a pretty cool area where you have all these choices.
Yeah,
and it's not that they're redone, it's like showing like it's just like...
So all these movies, good or bad, they're keeping characters and stories alive, which is a lot better than not having any at all. And I was like, oh, yeah, she was very right.
So quit your bitching and moaning, goddammit. Alien wrong in this? It's the shit.
You got variety. And so, yeah, she gives them wisdom, stop shitting on these movies. Just take them and enjoy them.
Exactly.
And then Bear, he says that they should, all right, like, we figured this all out. You guys are good. We should figure out how to reset everything that's happened, like them traveling back in time.
Mm-hmm.
And John C. suggests removing the shooting star from the ground. And they're like, well, you're the, the nerdy scientific,
you're the
so
expert
you go do it.
now.
So she goes and starts messing with it. And then Hattie pulls out her little
She's like, dude, I got some
notepad
questions I
again.
have to ask you.
Yeah, and she goes back to the drag name, and Barry tries to interrupt her and be like, this is 1959. Like, I don't know that that's the time to ask questions. And the director was so quick with it.
She's like, Blackberry Buzzkill.
I know. I fucking love it.
And he's like, oh, I stand corrected.
Yeah, never mind. And yeah, she's like, well, you guys, like, essentially she appreciates that they like her shitty little movie. And that people will appreciate it because, for her, she's still making it. They're from the future.
Yeah.
They already watched this.
Exactly.
And then they all say their goodbyes. And Bear gives her that coin that Mrs. Morningside had given her.
Yeah, and the director's like, what's this?
And he's like, I think you're going to need it.
Yeah.
And John C., she pulls the shooting star from
the dead guy. The guts
sheets,
are just
falling off of it.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
Yeah, and so Hattie, she wants to clear things up with Savvy since she mentioned, she's sad that she's gone and dead. She's like, well, like, would it be better if I don't keep coming back every year? Like,
yeah, it makes it hard on you. You're not really moving on.
Every year. Yeah, and she's like, no way. She's like, it's better, seeing her even if it's just for one day than not at all. And then she's like, I even sneaked to see your cremation, which I was like, what the hell?
And she's like, it was fucking awesome. You would have liked it.
Yeah. I was like, I don't know that I would have done that, but okay.
Dude, that'd be tight.
You would?
Uh-huh.
I think, in my head, I think cremation would stink.
Oh, it does. So, my brother had a girlfriend. My brother had a girlfriend who lived behind a cremation place. It's over on Francis. I don't know if it's still there, but she lived behind it, and then on a hot day, a stagnant day, if she kept her window open, you'd smell the dead bodies burning up. No. It was stinky, dude. It was bad.
Well,
I remember I'm like, what is that? And then Nick's like, oh, it's the crematorium.
It's dead people.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
I'm like,
not
ew.
cool.
I was like, I don't want to eat no more. It's cool.
Did they move?
Well, she eventually moved.
Eventually?
Yeah.
They can pop up when they're because the temperature's so high. Viana's saying sometimes they snap. They set up.
I think they just disintegrate.
Crinkle and shiver. I don't know. Maybe we'll have you guys can go watch that. I don't want to.
I'm down.
Okay. And Savvy asks if Hattie has time for one more movie before she has to leave. And then Johnson's starting to get frustrated because nothing is happening. She picked up this meteor,
and then boom, it turns green.
Yeah, and everyone goes back to their respective places. 1959 goes back again to being black and white to the movie, and then you see the initial characters from the beginning and
find the mailbox, and then The guy puts his hand in the mailbox, he's like, ah, and rips his hand off. That was hilarious.
Mm-hmm. And then you see that they're watching the movie in Savvy's room. And Bear's there, Hattie.
Freaking the sheet.
And then the freaking the sheets is there with them too. And then you're watching, all of a sudden Hattie just does a pop.
Yeah, boom, gotcha.
Scream on as the last closing. And then Shaq really goes down. And then you see the closing credits. And then you made me rewatch this and go back to the ending credits yesterday.
Yeah, they had an extra scene. It was the
I missed it
goodbye.
the first time. It was cute. Yeah, they're waving by. They flip each other off. You see Bear one more time fucking fighting this pumpkin.
Yeah.
And then the credit says the end with the question mark.
There's gonna be a sequel.
Boo, 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 boo.
Hey, I'm down.
I am too. I want to see where this goes.
It'll be now and there.
Now and there.
Dos.
Is Savvy going to the other world?
I don't know.
To the world of the
Hey,
dead?
that'd be a cool concept.
Right? Like she comes and now they're going over there.
Yeah. So, and that's the end of the movie.
So, yeah, I have a little bit of notes from the director. We asked if there was anything that he wanted people to take away from the movie.
Yeah.
And he just said that he just wants people, whoever, gets a chance to watch his movie.
Freaking enjoy it.
To have a good time, laugh a little bit, like the characters.
Live, laugh, love.
And get into the Halloween spirit. No need to complicate it. Try to make more than what it is.
Just be entertained.
Be entertained. There's variety. Characters, story. And
Dude, did you know Stella obtained a concussion during filming by ramming her head first into the camera?
I think
during a haunted tent sequence.
I think that was in the blooper reel.
Yeah.
When she smacked her head. This poor girl. Yeah, and then so the little, mailbox from hell was inspired by films of William Castle and Ed Wood.
Mm-hmm.
And then the reason why John C. was a Rubik's Cube for a big chunk of the movie was because she was unavailable for scheduling when they were filming. She was working as a stage manager, but it did allow for her to try voice acting, which is a dream job of hers. So that was really cool that she was able to do both projects at the same time. And then what else do we have here? Like I mentioned, most of the characters are after film composers. For example, Savvy Loduca, after Joe Loduca.
I will say the director, Liam, he provided a shit ton of notes, man. More than I could ask.
Yeah, so that was really awesome.
It was thorough. Like, we don't get this type of thing.
Like the amount of research we usually have to do to find sometimes stuff.
Oh,
this
we're
was awesome.
digging.
Yeah.
And I feel bad because we're not going to be able to cover all this, but it's so thorough. It's almost like it needs like a second episode. Just the amount of this. It's so interesting to really be able to get into the guts of the movie, because we don't really see that. Like, with these big budget movies, we can only get so close and what they provide, the background.
What's
we had first-hand experience, first-hand accounts, which was freaking sweet.
Yeah. Other composers that he mentioned were Shirley Walker, Christopher Young, McCreary, Steph Copeland, John C. Bergensen, Greme Revel. Some of these names are very fancy and I cannot pronounce.
Yeah.
The title of the film Here and Now comes from the song Hic Nunc, which was also on the friendship bracelets, like we mentioned, which is from Aphrodite's Child from their album 666.
Ooh-wee.
Mm-hmm.
So that being said, what was your favorite kill? Was there a kill?
Yeah.
Freaking
the sheets.
Hell yeah. When he got hit by the meteor?
Yes.
Left a lot to the imagination.
But a lot. Oh, yes.
What? So for this movie, I think it's fair to say, ratings-wise, you'd have to put it kind of in a league of movies and non-budget to very little budget movies, right?
Okay.
What would you rank it out of those?
I would rank it a 3.
You give it a 3?
3.5.
Yeah, I would give it a 3.
It was entertaining. It made
Yeah, I
me
loved
chuckle
it.
throughout. It was very clever.
Yeah.
It had really
I
good
give it a
puns.
3.5. Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
Hello.
No, what? She's not on yet.
She's not out.
And then, yeah, 3.5 is a pretty good rating, I think. Since we talked thoroughly about this movie, has your opinion changed? Doesn't sound like it.
It has not.
Okay. I like
Has
it.
yours changed?
Hmm.
No, I appreciate everything that was put behind into making this movie.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Now, I know you were kind of premature on this. We can get to it now. Viana's Review Corner.
Hi.
Hola.
The air conditioner's so loud.
Yeah, go ahead and
Sorry.
turn it off, champ.
Speaking of maybe a sequel to the movie, one thing the director mentioned is that several plot points and characters were cut from the final version of the script,
Yeah.
and they were considered for Here and Now too, if it comes to fruition. Oh, so it's
Fruition?
gonna be 2, not a here and then or a here and under.
So, yeah, that'd be fascinating. Look forward to it. Now, we're getting to it. So we don't have reviews because this movie isn't out yet. So Viana's Review Corner is turning into get to know your co-host. This time we're going to be questioning Viana.
Oh my god.
We're going to get the deepest, in-depth, personal questions.
I wouldn't let you know about that.
You're gonna
No?
say no?
No, I wouldn't tell you.
How are you doing today? That
Uh,
doesn't count as a question.
Oh, good.
Good.
9 more.
How's your summer? It's coming to a close. How's it going?
Mm,
Huh?
mm.
It's okay. It's bad.
It was
it's
okay.
terrible.
I didn't really
it's
do anything.
enjoyable.
I didn't come out of my room.
Oh my
You
gosh.
turn into a hermit.
Yeah.
Yeah. How's Weller's doing?
I don't know.
You don't know?
Dead? No, I'm just kidding.
Whoa.
That's a joke. She's
Wow.
alive.
Don't ever talk about my grandchild like that.
You don't even like her.
What? This morning I gave her all sorts of love on the couch.
You push her off the couch.
No, I
Seeing
don't.
you.
These are harsh accusations, you guys.
Yeah, that's fucked up, dog.
Dang.
Do you want to start off the questions?
Sure. Are you ready?
Get to know your co-host this week, Viana's Review Corner.
Who's next week?
Good job on your commercial, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was awesome.
One question that I had, I think I know the answer, but we'll see. What's the first horror movie that you watched that you remember? That made an impression on you?
Babadook.
No, you don't know me like that, Richard.
Oh.
Van Helsing.
Van-
And I was like 3 or 4.
Oh
right?
yeah, Kate Beckinsale.
What do you remember? Why did you like that movie so much?
I
Kate
don't know.
Beckinsale.
No, I don't remember.
It was dark. He fought werewolves
Dude, it was
and
tight.
vampires.
We got to cover that movie.
Viana, what is your favorite horror movie? Do you have one?
No.
Okay, if you had to pick a top movie that
what
you
about
would
Jennifer's Body?
Yeah, well, I guess that, but I'm trying to think.
If you had to recommend a movie for someone to watch,
Don't
that you like.
pressure me. I don't know.
she's
Oh
crumbling.
my- Again, questions.
No,
Riveting podcast.
I know. I actually don't know. I don't know.
Here, I got one. Would you rather have a pet ghost that haunts you or a pet zombie that follows you around?
Zombie. Because if the ghost is just there, or if it's haunting me, I don't want that. Keep to yourself. I'll let you be if you
Yeah,
let
this is
me
a
be.
little creepy, huh? At least a pet zombie is like a dog. It just
Yeah.
pleased. If you could only eat one type of Halloween candy for the rest of your life, which one would it be? This is really riveting questions, I know.
I know. I'm trying to think. I don't know. Lollipops.
I'm calling bullshit because I've never seen you eat a lollipop in my life.
I think you have.
No.
Do you have a favorite holiday?
Halloween.
Halloween.
Oh.
Okay. You're a whole 15 years old.
Oh my god.
We learned last week that Richard's favorite costume was a vampire. What has been your favorite Halloween costume so far that you dressed up as?
Probably Vanellope von Schweetz.
That was
ever.
Cute ass costume.
I had a car to go with it, and there was candy in my hair.
Oh my god. Sounds adorable.
I have pictures of me pretending to like slip my throat open with a fake tattoo.
Oh my god.
She was like 5.
That's intense.
Richard's like, cool.
Psychos. Okay, here's another question. Why did the excuses break up?
Okay. I said don't ask about him.
Oh, Wheaties?
No. I told you like 8 times. And
Sorry,
I still don't
I need
know.
to know.
I'll tell you that in private.
Okay. You found out though?
No.
Oh. God damn it. Okay. Here's
now
another
I'm not going to tell you.
Here's another question. Did you like your mom's mashed potatoes and gravy at
Oh my
Thanksgiving?
God, what the fuck?
I don't remember what they tasted like.
I remember everybody loved it, and you guys were like, mashed potatoes, what is that? Gravy? That's insane.
No, I do
Brown
remember what they
mush.
taste like because they were the exact same ones that she would make at that restaurant. So, yeah, they're good.
Oh, hell yeah.
I just don't like gravy. I don't really eat gravy or mashed potatoes.
Give me them gravy. Give me them fixings all around.
Stuffing's gross too.
Yeah.
Oh, the bread.
Yeah.
I love stuffing. That's good.
I don't know.
Viana, what are 3 bands that you would recommend to the listeners to listen to?
Oh my god. Jeez.
Quick. 1, 2, 3, go.
Okay. Typo Negative, Kitty, and Julie. Go listen to them.
Oh, is that the one that opened for Alex G?
Yeah.
How was your concert?
Really fun.
Really?
I almost didn't get in because I had it on like.
Drama.
yeah.
You're a drama llama.
Nuh-uh, that was on them.
Oh, gosh.
All right, let's see. What horror movie do you think it's overrated and why?
Friday the 13th. And Halloween. And maybe the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I'm sorry. I don't know. They get overhyped and then they're not that good.
So what is good? Don't tell me Jennifer's Body.
Probably.
Not over that.
Hmm?
What do you got?
I don't know.
Oh, man, you're quick to criticize, but then you can't back it up? Come on now.
Yeah, because I don't like super mainstream movies. No, I'm just kidding. No, I don't know.
Backed in a corner, it's cool, dog.
Wait, I'm trying to think.
Do you have a favorite horror villain?
Maybe The Bride of Chucky, maybe Jennifer Tilly. I don't know.
Ooh, that is a good one. That is a good one.
I like Tilly.
Ooh, The Seed of Chucky. There you go, Richard. That's a good one. You hate it, though.
Dude, which horror movie villain do you find the most terrifying and what makes them stand out to you? Would it be Art?
Maybe. I don't know.
The Terrifier?
Or like, I don't know, The Predators or whatever. Because
Predator? You don't even like those movies.
Yeah, I did.
What? Oh, okay. They are pretty intense. I find them scary.
Or like Aliens.
Yeah, that's scary too.
Mm-hmm. What are 3 TV shows you would recommend to watch?
Ooh, okay. South Park.
Okay.
Super Jail.
What is
Yeah.
The one I showed you.
That was all
Oh,
fucked up. Yeah,
Yeah.
I love Super Joe.
And probably, I'm trying to think of a third one.
what show have
Dang.
you watched more than 2 times? You used to watch anime on repeat.
I don't know.
Jujutsu Kaisen.
You fell asleep.
You guys
went on your
changed
phone.
You guys
'cause you were
changed
asleep.
I wasn't asleep.
Yeah, you were. Or you were on your phone, but you were distracted.
Mm.
You said what?
Okay, I got one more last question. If you were suddenly turned into a kitchen appliance, which one would you be and how would you terrorize people in a haunted house?
a microwave. I don't know.
A mic. How would you terrorize people?
Because you could, like...
Blow up their cat.
Oh my
Oh
god,
my
that's dark.
Oh. Urban legend.
No, you could chase after them and, like, open and close the door. And,
Okay.
like...
And send your x-rays waves at them.
Yeah, that's the
Dang.
scariest thing, cancer.
Damn, dog.
Right on.
Mm.
Did you watch Here and Now?
Yeah.
How did you like it?
I actually thought it was pretty good for, like, starter movie, an
Yeah.
indie film. Yeah.
Now, what'd you rate it?
Say over a little 2.5 to, like, a 3. I think it was
Okay.
really, like, pretty good.
Respectable.
Yeah.
I like it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Would you recommend this movie?
I would. It helps smaller directors and stuff get more publicity, and I think it was just good
Get
overall.
more traction.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude. Cool.
Hmm.
Do you have anything else?
I don't think so.
Okay. Well, bid you goodbye.
Farewell.
God, thank God she's out of here.
You're so-
Jeez. I'm just kidding. Anyways, shitting on Halloween, Friday the 13th, and she hit the trifecta,
You
dude.
didn't hit it
Again,
hard.
guys, email us and blow her the fuck up.
She was
I
like,
make one false slip, people are just like going after me. So go after
that's
doubles
2
hard.
of your posters that she hit.
I know, bro.
You're
It's
missing the
fucking
Halloween.
intense.
Imagine if she had gone for Alien.
Oh, dude. I've never hit a child before, but oh my God. Anyways, how do you want to repeat how they can reach out to Gory Rory or Liam Ray III?
Yes, you can reach him at his Instagram. So if you guys want to find out directly about the movie, you can go to at Here and Now Movie 2024.
Yep, at Gory Rory III. And then Gory Rory Theater of Terror at gmail.com. Again, shoot him some questions. He would love to hear from you guys.
Yeah.
And I hope you guys like this episode, and hopefully we can do some more in the future.
Mm-hmm. What are we
Mhm.
watching next week, Ricardo?
We're going super. We're changing it up. We're shifting gears. We're going Zombieland.
Woohoo!
What? I'm pretty excited.
I am too. Jesse Eisenberg,
Jesse Eisenberg,
Woody Harrelson, Emma Stone,
Abigail, something like Brie or something. I don't know. But anyways, do you have anything else? Any more announcements? We did the giveaway last week.
That is it.
Okay, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, until next time, hasta la gosi. Si, ciao, ciao.
Thanks for listening to Horror Cinema Obsession. We hope you had as much fun as we did. If so, help spread the word by leaving a rating and review wherever you listen to podcasts. And join us next time for another episode of Horror Cinema Obsession.